Chicago's very own Superintendent David Brown provided few answers about how an unarmed 13-year-old boy was shot and seriously wounded by a Chicago police officer after allegedly running from a stolen car involved in a carjacking. Superintendent David Brown, speaking nearly 24 hours after the shooting, sidestepped many of the questions posed during a news conference that at times grew contentious. Brown confirmed earlier that the reports by the Sun-Times that the boy jumped from a stolen Honda Accord as police closed in on the car. Then the boy ran towards a gas station in the 800 block of North Cicero Avenue in Austin around 10 p.m. An officer shot the boy once the teen turned towards police who were pursuing him, the intendant said. But the superintendent wouldn't say how many rounds were fired or whether the boy had his hands up. Brown did confirm that no shots were fired at the police during the incident. He declined to say whether a gun was found, even though law enforcement sources and the Civilian Office of Police Accountability told the newspaper that no weapon was found on the boy. Reacting to video showing police dragging the boy after he was shot, Superintendent Brown said officers moved the boy over concerns gunfire may have struck gas pumps that could have burst into flames. Brown declined to offer any clear defense of the officer, telling reporters, "I'm not going to testify for the officer. No, the officer needs to write his own statement." The superintendent did not say whether he had reviewed body cam video from the officers as well as surveillance video, all of which was made available of COPA early in the day. The boy remains in serious but stable condition at Stroger, where he is being held in custody for the stolen car. Brown said he did not elaborate and no charges have been announced. The Honda Accord was initially stolen Monday after it was left running in the 100 block of West Randolph Street. It was later used in a carjacking the following night in Oak Park when someone in a blackface mask stole a Honda CR-V left running with a 3-year-old inside near Lake Street and Oak Park Avenue, according to Brown. The boy's mother grabbed onto the SUV and was dragged to the ground, breaking her clavicle. The 3-year-old was found unharmed about 15 minutes later in the car, which had been abandoned in the 200 block of Madison Street, Oak Park. The carjacker was seen getting into the other Honda, which Brown said that set off automatic license plate readers in Chicago throughout Wednesday and came under surveillance of a police helicopter. The helicopter pilot and a dispatcher repeatedly asked whether any officers on the ground were pursuing the car. There is some confusion as officers close in and a 10-1 is called, code for officer in distress. A dispatcher at first says shots fired at the police, but then says shots fired by the police as officers chased the suspect from the car. But as Brown and others later confirmed, there was no gunfire at officers. Brown said the wounded boy appeared to be involved in the Monday and Tuesday incidents as well, but offered no details. As is routine, the officer who opened fire will be placed on administrative duties for 30 days as COPA investigates. The agency said it has no plans to publicly release any of the video it has received about the case, despite the lingering questions, says it is prohibited by state law. COPA had also cited state law when it initially refused to release video of a Chicago police officer fatally shooting a 13-year-old by the name of Adam Toledo as he ran from police in Little Village more than a year ago. But days later, the agency's general counsel concluded that the law did not bar publication of body-worn and third-party video footage the agency has obtained to date. The video was released and footage showed Adam dropping the gun a second before the officer opened fire on him. We'll keep you posted about the condition of the alleged 13-year-old carjacker when we're updated about the information.